Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Imagine like dropping $200 for a shoe that tracks all your runs.
Whoa.
But in 1986.
Really?
Yeah. Like way before, Fitbits and Apple Watches and all that stuff.
Wow.
Puma was already out there doing it with this shoe they called the RS Computer Shoe.
Huh.
It's kind of wild, right? Like we're talking like leg warmers and shoulder pads, and here's Puma dropping this like super high-tech sneaker on everybody.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So today we're going to do a deep dive on this thing, and
Cool.
it's like a total blast from the past, but it's also a really interesting lesson in marketing and how sometimes like good ideas can just be way ahead of their time.
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear more about this shoe.
Yeah, me too.
What exactly did it do? Like, how did it actually track your runs?
So get this shoe.
Okay.
It actually tracked your distance,
Wow.
your pace, how many calories you burn.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
It even had like a little built-in memory.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And it came with all this other stuff, too. Like a floppy disk.
Our floppy disk.
To like store all your data.
Wow, I haven't seen one of those in ages.
I know, right? And a cable to connect it to your computer. Remember those?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And get this,
Wow.
a 46-page instruction manual.
You're kidding.
Oh.
For a shoe.
A shoe.
That's what?
46 pages.
So this was like a serious piece of technology.
Totally. And remember, this was 1986.
Right.
Before like the internet really blew up.
Yeah.
Before most people even had computers at home.
That's true.
And it makes you wonder,
What's that?
like who was this even for?
Yeah, good question.
Where apparently Puma was asking themselves the same thing like a couple years later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they actually ended up discontinuing the shoe because it just like totally bombed.
That's a bummer.
It is, but when you think about it, it kind of makes sense.
How so?
Oh, people just weren't ready for a shoe that tracked their every move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess back then people weren't as obsessed with data as we are now.
Exactly. And the funny thing is,
What?
there's this article from CBC about it, and they quote people back then saying things like,
Like what?
why would I want to know how far I run?
Really?
Like, can you believe that
Right.
they were spending hundreds of dollars on smartwatches and fitness trackers?
Right.
And back then, knowing your pace was just like
Ooh, like what?
pointless.
Hmm.
And that's, I think, a perfect example of what they call market readiness in marketing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like a company can have the greatest product in the world,
Right.
but if the consumers aren't ready for it, it's just not going to work.
Totally.
They were so ahead of their time with this shoe.
It really is amazing.
But the average person in 1986, they just weren't thinking about fitness in that way.
Right. They weren't thinking about data. They weren't thinking about all the metrics,
Yeah, and fitness itself wasn't like the massive industry that it is today.
That's a good point.
People exercised, of course,
Sure.
but this whole like data-driven approach to working out, that just wasn't on people's radar.
Yeah, it's so interesting how much things have changed.
Totally.
So I guess the question is,
Yeah,
what can we learn from this whole Puma RS Computer Shoe saga?
right.
Especially if we're trying to launch something new, like a new product or a new idea.
Well, I think it shows that timing is absolutely crucial in marketing. You could have the best idea in the world,
Right.
but if it's the wrong time, it might just flop.
Totally.
Whereas that same idea presented later
Yeah.
could be like wildly successful.
Like waiting for the right moment.
Exactly.
Remember those early smartphones?
Oh, yeah.
Like they weren't instant hits either, right?
Not at all.
It took time for people to like understand how to use them and how they could actually like fit into their lives.
Yeah,
It's the same with fitness tracking, right?
absolutely.
It needed time to become mainstream.
For sure.
It makes you think, right?
It does.
Like what's something that you remember thinking was totally weird at first,
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
but now it's just like part of life?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
For me, it's totally like ordering groceries online.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I remember thinking like, why would I ever do that?
Right.
I would go to the store and pick out my own stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's like the most normal thing in the world.
Totally.
It's like the power of timing and action.
It really is.
And you know what's funny?
Right.
Puma actually re-released the RS Computer Shoe a few years back.
Get out of here.
I know.
Serious.
Yeah, and guess what?
What?
This time it was a hit.
Really?
The market was finally ready for it.
That's wild.
It's like what was once this total marketing flop became a success story because the world had finally caught up to Puma's vision.
Wow.
pretty amazing, right?
It really is.
Like it's a powerful reminder that sometimes innovation is about patience,
Oh, yeah.
about understanding the market and recognizing when the timing is right.
It's not always about being first.
Right.
It's about being the best fit for what people want and need at that moment.
Totally.
Makes you wonder what seemingly crazy ideas today will be the norm tomorrow.
I know, right?
Like, what's next?
Exactly. So what about you guys?
Yeah.
What innovations do you think are ahead of their time?
Tell us what you think.
Yeah, share your examples with us. We'd love to hear them.
Step right up, we're diving in. Marketing tales from where to when. Curious facts that make you grin. Welcome, friends, let's begin. From lost campaigns to clever schemes, broken dreams and wild extremes, the lessons learned through all extremes. Truth is stranger than it seems. Oh, it's the deep dive you gotta hear. Marketing tales from far and near. The lessons wrapped in laughter clear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear. Marketing myths and legends bold. Stories better than gold. Every tale is retold in ways you've never been told. From the quirky ads gone haywire to campaigns that catch fire. Every story to admire. Tune in and let's aspire. Oh, it's the deep dive you gotta hear. Marketing tales from far and near. Lessons wrapped in laughter clear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear. From lost campaigns to clever schemes, broken dreams and wild extremes, the lessons learned through all extremes. Truth is stranger than it seems. Oh, it's the deep dive you gotta hear. Marketing tales from far and near. Lessons wrapped in laughter clear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear. Oh, it's the deep dive you gotta hear. Marketing tales from far and near. Lessons wrapped in laughter clear. Oh yeah, we're taking the rear.